We have a question, Representative Ligi.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Epperson, it's Commissioner Epperson over here. Over here.
Yes, sir.
It's Commissioner Epperson.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And thank you for your service to your country. I think everybody up here appreciates that. I do have some questions though that I would direct to y'all based on my own employment type of situation. I run a very small law office with a title agency. And one of the folks who I employ in my office is a notarial secretary, which is a very specialized type of position. And what I'm gathering from this bill, if it were to pass, would be that, let's say she decided to run for Jefferson Parish Council, which is a very demanding position. It's not just, you know, you have to spend a lot of time in it. It would make her totally ineffective in my own office. And of course in Louisiana, unless we have a contract with our employee, everybody is an at-will employee.
Right.
This bill is basically saying that if she decided to go the route and get elected, that I cannot terminate her and I have to pay benefits that inure to her in her position. And at the same time, I've got to go out now and find a notarial secretary who could do the same things she does. Is that my correct reading of the bill?
Sir, first of all, I wouldn't think that your secretary would make such a judgment to seek a position of that demanding.
You don't know my secretary.
Secondly, there are provisions the same as, you know, FMLA. There's a certain amount of employees that an employee is required to have. I've seen some legislation where if you got at least 25 or more employees. See, that makes a difference. There are several pieces of legislation that's in place with this. So that's a factor. Naturally, it just doesn't make sense to me if you got one employee that this bill would apply to you. And I think that's something that we would put in there.
How does it not apply?
If we would put in there, employees would have a certain amount of employers. That's a possibility.
And if I may, Representative Ligi, I would think that if your secretary is happy with her job and she's happy with you, I wouldn't think that she would go and apply for an elected position that she know that she cannot serve you. Because when you think about the responsibility of an elected official and the responsibility that she have for you, the two does not balance. The scale does not. Let me finish. Sure. The scale does not balance, and the reason why I say the scale does not balance, I think that's a wrong scenario that you're using. You have one, she know she's the only person that you have. If she go and apply for an elected or fill out the information for an elected official, she doesn't want to work for you any longer because she automatically knows she cannot do the two. So you would have to find you a replacement, and that's not only with you, but there are many elected officials who were working in some capacity or the other, who chose to run for an elected position, and after they won, they no longer were able to keep that job. So that's not a good scenario that you just gave us.
But your bill says that I have to, you're using the word shall grant employee leave.
Shall, not have to, shall.
Shall.
Shall doesn't mean you have to. Shall mean you
I won't get into an
Shall.
argument about that, because if somebody tells me you shall do this, that means I have to do it.
No,
I don't know if there's any. Well, I'll move on from that.
Let me just ask. Let me just say this right here. If somebody say, Representative Norton, you shall drink a cup of water. I'm using something like you use because that was not a good scenario, and mine's probably not either. But if they say, Representative Norton, you shall drink a cup of water, or they say you got to drink a cup of water. Now if they say I shall, I'm probably not going to drink that water, but they say I got to drink that water, then I need to know why do I have to drink that water. So I think we're both using the incorrect scenarios here, and I just want to piggyback yours.